Hi everyone, with you here today is Ebass, and I welcome you to my podcast show where we talk about Hive-related questions. And me here today is my honorable guest, my brother from Ghana. It's nice to meet you, brother. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Not so bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You're looking all great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You're looking good as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't mind my beard and my face. I'm looking very bushy. Don't worry about it.
Nah, I think it looks really nice.
It's getting too much, but it's okay.
Nah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
A lot of people like you bushy, but
it's case, you know, where we come from, Africa. Our parents, the old people, they don't like it when you're getting too bushy. Give them a different impression. It's people have a different thought when we have this bushy and grays and all that. Yes.
I never knew it was extended to Ghana the way African parents don't like it. I thought it was basically Nigerian parents who don't tend to like it at the end of
unless you don't understand who Africans are. But if you truly understand who we are as an African or African, we are culturalistic. You can take that away from us. It doesn't matter whether Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Ethiopia, wherever you are, we are culturalistic. You cannot take that away from us. Religion is like we are born with religion, and we don't joke with culture. It's everywhere.
Fact.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So would you do us the honor of introducing yourself to the community at large and my audience, what you do on the Hive blockchain and what you represent as a person?
Okay, so I'm Samuel. I'm popularly known as Samm on the Hive blockchain, one of the community leaders for the Hive Ghana community. We've been doing so well on the blockchain, not too much, but I think we are nearly getting there. We hope to be as big as other communities. Sometimes it's not easy, but we keep trying. And I'm also a co-founder for the Hive borehole project in Ghana, which has for some time now been among the most popular projects or programs that the Hive borehole or the Hive blockchain supports. So the borehole is one of the projects you cannot take out when you're looking at a prominent or most talked about project on the Hive blockchain. And being a co-founder of this project, I think I'm always excited that we could put smiles on the face of people using the blockchain technology. It's so surprising and interesting to know that communities in Ghana are fed with clean drinking water, all because of a blockchain technology called Hive. So if you are in my shoes, I think you would feel extremely excited that you found a technology that is not only giving all the benefit that technology should provide, but it goes an extra mile to provide a social benefit that is giving clean water to communities that are struggling with water. So I think I'm always excited, and I look happy to see myself in that position. And this has not been our personal thing. It's a community thing. The entire Hive Ghana community support, everyone on the blockchain support has also got us to where we are right now. Basically, this is my Samm.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's really amazing, and it's good to see that you're doing a really great job with this project, getting to give people clean water and providing a source of hope in a way to people. Thank you so much for sharing all that.
You're welcome.
So basically, what was your inspiration behind the project?
Well, I think this has been a prominent question that I get asked most of the times whenever I get a platform to speak about this project that is the borehole. And for those who have followed me for some time now, the answer has never changed. In as much as that same question is asked, it still doesn't bring a different response or answer to that. I got deployed to a community in Ghana to work as a data entry analyst. So I was working for the government as a data entry officer. So there was a moment in Ghana when we were rolling people for national identification card. The so-called, or they call it the Ghana card recently, but that time was just an identification card. So I got deployed to a village to register Ghanaians for national identity card. And through these villages I was deployed to, there were places that people lived that you won't believe that humans lived there. There was no source of transportation, there was no electricity, there was no it was really bad. And these were communities that we got deployed to work. And in the presence of all these, we still got ourselves in these places to work to help ensure that Ghanaians get identification card. Now, through the exercise, that is where I encountered the problem. This very village I was deployed to, drinking from a flowing river. Yes, so there was literally a river which they drink from. And so we carried bottles of water with us to the village. But when we got eventually, we ran out of water. So we were left to do nothing than to drink the same water they were drinking, which was a flowing river. And trust me, it was really bad. And in the end, most of us got diseases. Myself, I got a lot of skin rashes because it was the first time we were getting involved in such a thing, drinking from a flowing river. And sadly, some of the rivers they were drinking were also fed by animals, or that same river, you can see cows drinking from it, a lot of different animals also drinking. It was very abysmal. They lived in a very poor situation. And so I think that's where the whole inspiration started from. And I said to myself, when I come back from this exercise, I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that this community gets access to clean drinking water, because it was really bad. It's so bad to see humans drinking flowing river, and they shared the same river with animals. And so after the exercise, I came back and I started working on it, how I could help this community to get access to clean drinking water. I made a good number of efforts through local authorities. You can imagine politicians and people I know, if they could help me do this. And unfortunately, none of the attempt that I made to ensure that I get this exercise done succeeded. Nobody could help me get this set up or give the people potable drinking water. So it came to mind, I belong to the blockchain, I'm on a Hive blockchain. Why not put this into a proposal or discuss this with other people on the blockchain to see what they also think, if there is a way out. So I started sharing this with people, and it felt like a good idea. People felt in love with the idea. Providing water to people is something that got people attracted. And so I was compelled to put the whole idea into a proposal, which I went through a series of steps and processes. And to cut everything short, the proposal got accepted. And then funds got released for me to start the very first project. So it was just a single project, or a first goal I wanted to do for these people. But when everything was launched and the reactions that came from people, the joy from Hive, the joy from the community, everyone got excited. And people pushed for it, that, hey, we think this is a good cause. The blockchain is ready to support you. Why not do more? And I was also in the best position to continue the project. So you can imagine my co-founder, Collins, who has been working alongside with me, we put our heads together and we got ourselves in a position where we could also continue this project. And as I speak, we've done this over and over again, and we've done 22 boreholes so far, which we are about to start the 23rd boreholes in Ashanti region of Ghana. It's been an incredible journey so far. We just started with one. I never thought we would get to this number. And we are hoping that by the end of the year 2025, we'll have 25 boreholes in all. And let's not forget that this is not my Samm's project. This is the entire blockchain's project. You are part of this project. Everyone on the blockchain is part of the project, because your vote is what amounts to the proposal's acceptance. If my Samm put up a proposal and it's not accepted, if my proposal is not agreed on to be supported by the community, there is no way we're going to have a borehole. So it's all our projects. It's everyone's involvement that has brought this project to this very far, which, like I said, we are hopeful that we will get 25 boreholes by the end of the year. So that is how this is where the inspiration or the motivation started, or where I got everything started from.
Wow, this is really amazing. Trust me, you guys really did a whole lot of great job. And see, hearing that you guys are like running up to the 25th borehole at the end of this year. Now you guys are doing a really great job. And for the people that would like to support the project in a way or another, you can actually reach out to MC Samm, and you can actually show your way of supporting the project in any way. If you like to support in addition to what the blockchain is doing and you know what it's doing, you can actually reach out to MC Samm, which is a very, very beautiful way of supporting the project, of putting a smile on people's face. Yeah, so thank you so very much for that, MC Samm. Okay, on to the next question. What do you think about having a Hive Feast in Africa? So far, I was able to talk to Roland P in a way, and some few people I know on the Hive blockchain concerning having a Hive Feast in Africa, and it's either Nigeria or Ghana. So for you particularly, where would you like it to happen?
Personally, I would love it to be in Ghana, honestly. I would really love it to be in Ghana, yes, of course. I think this is not the first time this conversation has come up. It's come up many times over the years, and I've got in conversation with lots of Hivers on the blockchain, and they spoke about this. Last year I joined the Hive Fest. It was my first time of attending the Hive Fest in Croatia. Yes, I was in Croatia for the Hive Fest. It was lovely. It was amazing seeing real people that we chat on screens with every day, and now everyone, boom, you just see everyone in your face. I mean, it's wonderful. And I would say, sorry, meetups are one of the best things that every Hiver must get yourself involved. But this is what I think personally about the Hive Fest. Hive Fest is really big. Trust me, Hive Fest is big. It involves a lot of planning, a lot of activities go into it before you see the success. So all these Hive Fests you see, it's just not simple. I am thinking before we can host a Hive Fest, not any Hive Fest, the usual Hive Fest that's Hive organized. Before we can host that, I believe we need to be well prepared for that first. We need to put ourselves in that position that we can boast that we are ready to host Hive Fest. That should be the first thing. And so in that regard, I would suggest that even if it's Ghana, be it Nigeria or Ghana, I think wherever it goes is fine because it's in Africa. Even if it's South Africa or whatever, it's okay in Africa. But what I think
is the first of its time.
Yes, but I think what is really going to help us host Hive Fest is reorganizing a mini one in Africa. We don't go up there yet to allow Roland and what's this guy's name? I mean, those big guys to step into organize. But we can start something small in Africa. Maybe we organize a mini Hive Fest in Africa, be it Nigeria or Ghana, and see how it's going to, roll out. Maybe Ghana can host a mini Hive Fest, or we can do a mini meetup in form of Hive Fest, where we run for like 3-4 days, and we bring together all Ghanaians in one umbrella and invite other people outside Hive to join us for that conference. Where it will not be like the ordinary conferences we hold every day. This is going to be a 3 days event or 4 days event where each day comes with different activities of the blockchain, different education, different thoughts, different ideas, conference rooms for people to meet. I mean, we do all the great things that conferences should have. And then after that, we can make a good assessment to see how did it go. And we can base on our performances to tell that we are ready for Hive Fest, the big Hive Fest, or what Hive is ready to host. Nigeria can do similar thing. And then we, after everything, we can also make assessment to see the progress, get feedback and flaws and the positives and negatives, and then we correct certain things. Or both countries can come together and then we host or we do a mini Hive Fest, maybe 3-4 days in any of the countries in Africa, and then see how it's gonna roll out. After that, I think the feedback and certain corrections or certain things we may point out as good and as bad will help us to correct ourselves and put ourselves in a better position where we host the entire world for Hive Fest. Until then, I don't support or I don't agree that we should just invite the entire world to come for Hive Fest in Africa. Some of them even have different thoughts of Africa. They have different ideas and views of Africa. You see, I've been to Ghana with 2 different guys from Hive. I hope you're aware of that.
Yeah. I came across a particular guy that made a video for the bro with
We spent more than a week there. That is Raf. I was in Ghana with Raf, and recently I went to Ghana with Alejandra, who was an amazing woman. And trust me, before they go into Ghana, they had a different perception of Africa. And I believe once they got there and they came back, they also got a different perception of Africa. Yes. So I think, yes, we need to put ourselves in a position that Hive will believe us that we are ready for this. But if we don't try something ourselves, I think it's going to be very difficult because it's not an easy task. Even though we are not going to be the main organizers for the event, there are going to be organizers. I know people who are very, very versatile. They are masters of their fields and they know what they are doing. They would be able to organize things very well. Let's not forget that this is not their territory. They don't live in Africa. You get me? Yes, we would be kind of support to them. We will lead them. We will guide them through what should be done, what should be acquired, and where those materials should be acquired. I mean, they are perfect. They are really good people. They are nice. But if you should see them or meet them in person, you will love them. Trust me. Organizers of Hive Fest are serious people. They are really good people. But I think we need some time to plan something ourselves, and then we make some corrections. And based on the feedback and results of what we get out of that, we can present a proposal that we are ready to host Hive Fest. By then, we've been able to see our flaws, what we think we need to improve on in Africa, and then we can make some good corrections and put things in a better place to host Hive Fest. And I believe once this comes to place, they are going to love Africa. They really will love Africa. And most of them would even want to come back after the Hive Fest.
I know, right? I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And hopefully we are able to start off something after this show. hopefully we are able to
Yes,
like start
it's
off something.
something we should think of. When it comes to the blockchain, I think Ghana and Nigeria is on top. We are really doing well. Recently, I've seen what Nigeria is doing when it comes to the spend HP, which is fantastic. Nigeria is doing amazingly well. The Ghanaian community is also doing well, but we are more of writing. I don't know why most Ghanaians are not patronizing on the spend HBD. We've had a series of meetings to explain things and get people involved, but they still feel reluctant and not getting themselves so much involved in spend HBD. I also believe maybe they haven't understood the concept very well. But even if you don't understand, it's time to learn, to get engaging more with other people who truly understand the system. And also, if you want to get involved, that is when everything can start. But I would love to see that Ghana and Nigeria, we organize something someday. I don't know if there has been series of meetups in Nigeria, but Ghana, we've had a lot of meetups.
We've had a lot of meetup. Although I've not stayed so long on the Hive blockchain, but like the little time I've been around, we've had like a meetup, chilled out together. So yes.
We've had regional meetups where each region organized its own meetup in Ghana. We'd have this before. And then personally, I have organized 4 major conferences for Hive and blockchain. Major conferences, 4 of them. There was a big one that hosted more than 700 people. Can you imagine? More than 700. Wow. That was the one I went to Ghana with RAF. There's the one I went to RAF. We hosted more than 700 people in the conference. It was massive. Wow. And we're just talking about Hive and blockchain. And we showcase people what we've used Hive to achieve. At the end of the day, we have more than 800 signups. And lots of people signed up for Hive.
Wow. That's really nice. Really good to come up.
Yes. And that was at a university, and after that, I think we've had 2 other universities, and there's one conference, so we also did another conference. But Hive Fest is a stay thing. We need to stay throughout the entire conference, maybe 3 days. Then plan activities for each day, excursions, going out, the kinds of food and all that. It's a big work. Seriously, it's really big. It's really big.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so we can do something in that. I joined Hive in 2017.
Wow.
I joined the blockchain in 2017, yes. So maybe you want to ask the follow-up question, how did I find the blockchain?
Okay, how did you find the blockchain?
I know, right? I know that was going to be a follow-up question. Okay, so back in Ghana, I was working as a customer service for Vodafone Ghana. I don't know if Vodafone is in Nigeria.
I am also familiar with it.
Is Vodafone working in Nigeria? Do you have Vodafone?
They might have, and I'm not familiar with it, so I can't see actually.
Do you live in Nigeria?
Yes, I am in Nigeria currently.
Okay, but you don't live there, right? You don't live in Nigeria.
I do actually. I can't.
No, you don't live in Nigeria. You don't live. It's like you don't live in Nigeria. Are you sure?
Yeah, I do.
No, I don't believe in that. You don't sound like you live in Nigeria. No.
Yeah,
you don't sound like you live in Nigeria. But you live in other places. You live in other places.
I travel, but I live in Nigeria basically. I'm from Nigeria. That's my home.
I'm not asking where you're from. No, I know you were in Nigeria, but you don't live in Nigeria. Anyway, that was just by the way. So, I think a question I asked you, but the answer, I didn't expect that answer from you anyway. So I was working for Vodafone Ghana. Vodafone is telecommunication network in Ghana, and we have MTN and Glo and that. MTN and Glo, you are familiar with them, and Airtel. Yeah. So I was a customer service for Vodafone, and I used to sell out internet data bundles to people. So the young people mostly buy internet data for me. There was this guy who was always buying data in bulk quantity. I think he was one of my favorite customers. He would always come to me for data. And I thought he was a scammer or something because the guy is always buying data in bulk. He can buy 100 gigabytes. In the space of 4 days, the data is finished. He will come back and buy again. I'm like, what does this guy do? So I think in a week, he came like twice buying data for me. And I was tempted to ask him, what do you use data for? Because you consume data a lot. Are you going to tell me what do you do? So he told me he works on the blockchain. That was Steemit then. Yes, so he's on the blockchain and he's a moderator. He gets involved in a lot of activities. And what consumes his data most was he also play a lot of games on the blockchain. like Splinterland. He's there 24/7 playing game. So he was a blogger writing and at the same time playing game on the blockchain, and he was earning massively. He was making videos, playing games, and writing. So throughout his entire life, when you wake up throughout his day, all he does is after eating, writing articles, playing games, making videos. That's what he does. So he consumes a lot of data. So he told me about the blockchain and asked if I'm interested, you can just hook me out. And I was like, well, maybe let me see if I can try. So he sent me a link and I got registered. Once I registered, in fact, I wasn't familiar. I didn't even like the interface in the first place. Everything looked blurred. It didn't look so attractive to me. But I sat down and I read through what people are writing, and I saw their earnings. I'm like, is this real? So I went back to him to ask, is what I'm seeing real? And he told me everything is real. I'm like, hey, then I need to get serious with this. So I started paying attention, and sadly, which is not different from what other people go through, I spent like a month without even getting 10 cents. No, I was getting 0.00 every day, 0.00. But I kept writing every day. I was getting 0.00.
Yeah. About that. But the more serious though, do you think at some point a lot of people will be like how do I put it? A lot of people will be like don't put your mind in writing without earning. How do they even say it? Don't focus on the earning or how do they say
yes.
But sometimes it's actually
let's be truthful to ourselves.
Yeah.
There's something going on right now. We cannot deny. If we don't talk about it, then we are being not truthful to ourselves. Remember, I told you we've done a lot of conferences and we have introduced Hive to people, and we've got more than 1,000 signups in Ghana.
Yeah.
Let's make a simple analysis here. More than 1,000 signups we have from Ghana, which is not different from all over the world. Even European countries, these people have introduced Hive to people. They've got a lot of signups. But trust me, of all the signups that we've received, all the people that came to Hive, a lot of them have left. Some of them don't even write at all. And if we should make a good analysis, one of the reasons why people get discouraged and they eventually leave is when they don't get rewarded. We cannot deny that. If the rewards are not coming, you get discouraged. You will get discouraged. We cannot deny that. See, let's compare
someone like
Hive to there were two platforms. Just look at this scenario. Let's pick one or two platforms. Let's say Facebook. Let's match the two. Even if Facebook doesn't pay you, look at the entire interface, the UI of Facebook. It looks very attractive. It's very interactive. You chat with people, you see people. You don't see all those things on Hive.
Yes, actually.
So even if you should take the monetary or the rewards aspect out, let's even ignore the rewards. The things that will get people attracted to the platform, we don't have it. The Web2 platforms are having those things better than us. So even when they go to Facebook and they don't get rewarded, the page they are seeing looks more attractive and more interactive.
Yes.
We don't have a live chat where we chat with people lifetime on Hive. You don't see that on the blog. You get it. Yes. And also, and it makes sense because that is the beauty of the blockchain. That is how the blockchain should be. And that is what makes the blockchain entirely different and unique. We can be like, it can't be like what Facebook is doing. So this is the beauty of the blockchain as well. So it's up to people to add value. It's not there to make people happy. It's not there to beautify people's face or add filters to people's face. No, that's not how they do. No, if you're looking for that, then you need to go to Snapchat and Facebook. We are making real business here. We are adding value to the system. Okay, there are programmers, there are developers, there are vloggers and bloggers adding value. And so if you are the one looking for a platform that you get a live chat, you talk to people, you do emojis, no, then go to Facebook. That's what we do. You get it? So basically, all these things are not there and they discourage people. That is one. Two, the rewards, when they are not coming, they discourage people. And what is so crazy about the rewards is, if everybody is not earning, that is okay. But the moment that others or those who are not earning, they see people's posts and see what others are earning, then they get discouraged. That's what the whole problem is.
Actually,
you get it. If at the end of the day nobody's earning, then everybody's cool. We are all writing together to add value. But when people don't earn, and then they see what others are earning, then they get discouraged. Actually, and it takes time to grow on Hive. Let us be frank to ourselves. It takes time and hard work. And if you would agree with me, as a beginner on the blockchain, before you can really pick your niche and add great value and be fully accepted and assimilate yourself onto the blockchain, bro, it can take you 3 hours, 4 hours on a single post. True or false?
Actually, for real.
Yeah. Me, those days when I started on the blockchain, before I complete one post, it takes me 4 hours.
Yeah, some people, it actually takes some people, like I have friends that tell me for a fact that it takes them a full day to be able to process a single post.
Yes.
For real.
Because
it's not easy.
Do you know what?
Honestly.
These are one of the secrets that made us successful, and that is why we always spend a lot of time on Hive. When I finish writing, I don't just leave. The writing is even just 1/4 of my work on Hive. Because after writing, I find about 2 to 3 hours visiting other people's posts, and that contributes to your success in the blockchain. You need to engage with other people. You don't just write and leave and come back to see that you've made rewards. It doesn't work on Hive. No, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You need to build connections with people. You need to read people's posts, pass some comments, add what you think, and that is value addition. There are people who don't write any articles, they don't make posts on the blockchain. What they do is they make comments on people's posts, and they are earning because they are adding value. Someone's comment alone can be more than your post.
I agree with you.
So people like us, before we are done with a single post, it will take like 3 to 4 hours before we are done with the post. We don't just write and leave. We have to connect with so many people, and then before we realize, we spend 4 hours. So imagine that you spend 4 hours, 3 hours a day, and you come back and it's 0.00, bro. Oh no. It's discouraging.
Actually, if appreciator comes to your post, no matter how, you will smile. It's one legend that a lot of people look up to. So if I just had my way here, I would actually just find a way to like add and support as well. For real. Because
there's always one secret. I started earning 0.00 for like 2 months. There was no earnings. There were no rewards, and I kept pushing. You know what? I got something inside me that it's gonna work someday. I don't need to stop. It's gonna work. It's gonna work someday. And I was convinced that I need to build connections with people. I wasn't sleeping, bro. Where didn't I go? I was entering every room, every channel on Discord, joining Discord shows every time. But at the end of the day, I was still getting 0.00. But I was still writing because I saw something in the blockchain that this thing is gonna work for me someday. It's not what I depend on. Before the blockchain, I was working. I was a customer service agent for Vodafone. I don't depend on this. So I was like, let me just assume I don't know anything about Hive. Just do something and leave it. Even if Hive doesn't give me, I don't get rewarded. Do I lose anything? I don't lose anything. And guess what? This is what boosted my motivation, and it kept me, it took me up. Just one day, I wrote a post, and the guy who introduced me, for all this while he had never visited my post. The guy who introduced me, just one day, he reblogged my post. Just reblogging my post. He was a big guy, so he was connected to these big men. He reblogged my post just one day. And that day was my jackpot. Until now, no one in Ghana has broken that record I broke. Not even himself, the guy who brought me.
Would you like to share out what
you the only Ghanaian who got $1,000 on one single post. One single post. I earned $1,000. Can you imagine? $1,000.
That's crazy.
No one's ever got this on the blockchain from Ghana. Nobody. Nobody. Not even the guy who brought me. He's never got that. He just reblocked my post. And there was one guy, I've forgotten his name, gave me $800. Just one single post. Give me $800. And another, and I think the others 20, 30, 40, 30, 40. You know, when those big guys, one big guy comes, then the others follows. They all come. And sometimes they have to flow. Yeah, so all those work together. And I had about, at the end of the payout, I had about, the total pay was, I think, $1,200. And I had about $800 as HBD. So that was SBD, $800 SBD. Oh, yes.
Wow.
And you've not heard the best part. That time, one SBD was $15.
$15.
$15. Bro,
That's
bro,
crazy.
the time. That was 2017, 2018. You know, that time Steamit was at its peak. It was at its peak. It was mind blowing.
Man, that's crazy. That's really crazy.
It was that time that SBD rose to $25. One SBD was $25. One SBD. So that time, if you have even 5 SBD, what we call HBD now, that time if you had 5 HBD and you exchange just 5 SBD, you have more than $100.
That's insane. For real, it's actually crazy.
I still remember that moment. You know, it was that moment that we nearly organized Steam Fest, that is Hive Fest. We nearly did that because the motivation was overwhelming. At that time, Nigeria was the one leading in Africa on the blockchain. It was Nigeria who was the boss, who was leading. They had people like this guy was a god on the blockchain. Ijimaya. Do you know him, Ijimaya?
No, I don't know.
No, you wouldn't know. Yeah, he was a god. He was crazy. He understood the blockchain, every technicality of the blockchain. This guy had it on his tips. He made me organize a mini conference in Ghana, and he flew 5 people from Nigeria to Ghana for the conference, including himself.
Do you still have contact with him?
I have his contact. I have his contact.
I really like to meet him.
Yeah, Jemaya. He was a god. He was crazy guy.
Man, it's actually.
I still have pictures and videos of all those events and all those people. I still have pictures. They are all there. I can share some pictures with you.
I don't mind. It's about sometimes I don't get to meet some people on the Hive blockchain, honestly.
And I still could not believe the money I had got. I told the guy who introduced me. He said it's real money. I'm like, are you serious? This real? He said yes. So okay. Before I can believe what I'm seeing on my screen is real, I have to make a withdrawal. Before I can believe. If I don't withdraw, there's no way I'm going to believe it. He said, you know what? I'm going to guide you to make a withdrawal. He stayed with me that night because I was never sleeping that night until I had withdrawal. I could not sleep.
How would you so? $15?
I stayed overnight with him. He created an account on Binance for me. He created a different account where I could exchange the SBD into something. He did a lot of things for me. He guided me to do all these. So I transferred some funds, like $500, onto an exchange site, and it came. I saw it. I was still not believing this is real until it hit my local currency.
My God!
I told him, I need to do.
Man, what was your first reaction?
Oh no! The only thing was, we are left with the last stage. Then I can see that this is real. I need to transfer this into my mobile money wallet right now. Is he going to help me to transfer this to my mobile money wallet? And he said yes, but unfortunately, that time there was no agent online as at that midnight to do that transaction on mobile money for me. So he's pleading with me. I should make it in the morning. He will do it. I'm like, what if in the morning the money is vanished? He said, no, it's not going to vanish. It's your money.
I actually feel you.
I think that night I slept for just 2 hours because every single minute I was looking on my screen. Every minute I was just looking on my screen.
How do you tend to sleep? Knowing fully well that you have 800 HBD. Knowing fully well that
he was the first person I called in the morning. He was the first person I called in the morning. Bro, it's daybreak. Are you going to help me to do this? He said yes. He took my mobile money account number. He even guided me to initiate the process myself to sell my coin. And then I sold my coin. I was just there. I had quick on my phone. As I turned, more than 200,000 Ghana cedis. What? So this is real. And I was supposed to release the funds to the guy on the exchange site. You know, in fact, it turned to me, it captured me like a dream. And even when the money came to my wallet, I was still not believing, so I go to cash out.
I actually would try to wake myself from sleep severally if I was in your shoes as well.
And so you can imagine from then, if I was doing the blockchain 2 hours every day, now I was doing it 10 hours every day. I nearly quit my job to do this program. I nearly quit my job. And then I started working hard. I was working hard. He was the leader of Hive Ghana community. No, I think he didn't even create the community was not existing. Everyone was doing their own thing. But it looks like my growth was faster. A lot of people fell in love with what I was doing. People loved what I was doing. and I got a lot of attention and I got a lot of connection with people. So I became very prominent, and at a point, I was even becoming more popular than him, the one who introduced me.
Would you like to give a shout out to him?
Oh yeah. No, he doesn't write now. He stopped. He's playing only games on Splinter Talent. He's on Splinter Talent now. He plays only games.
Yeah. Would you like to give a shout out to him? His name?
Oh, yes. Yeah, shout out to you, TJ for real, if you're listening. Man, you started this whole journey, TJ for real. Yeah, you've been an incredible guy. This functional, TJ for real. Yeah, big shout out to you, TJ. Yes, those guys were amazing. Yeah, he had some nice guys. Kwaku Max, Rich Forever. Oh, those guys were really good guys to start with. And then I thought, I started bringing people on board, signing people up. So I realized we are becoming bigger, and I told him, hey man, I think we need to create a community for Ghana. He said, yeah, I can go ahead. I created the community, he supported me, and we made him the president, like our boss of the Hive Ghana community. So he was also doing good. He was organizing meetings and all that. But eventually he drifted off a bit because he fell in love with the game. I mean, that's where he is now. He loved the game more than the writing. He was, at a point, he said that the writing is boring. And I understand him, but gaming is not my style, you know. But he thinks gaming makes money. They make money more than writing. That's what he's saying. So he's on that side. So TJ For Real brought me to Hive Ghana, and through me, I've brought a lot of almost everyone you see on the Hive Ghana community way. But because I bring people, and people were also bringing all of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how come I joined the blockchain, and that was in 2017.
Wow. A really great story.
Yeah, it's a snack story.
It was really amazing sharing this experience.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for your time, your attention, your being free on the show, and every single thing. Thank you so very much. It was nice having you up on stage, and I look forward to having more shows with you eventually as time goes on. Thank you so very much.
Can I say something quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. From the story I've given you, or the account of my story, what I just told you, I think there's one thing we cannot, or there's a lesson we need to pick up from here, especially to the newbies who are just listening to the show. One thing is, to be successful in the blockchain, you need to work harder. Those days, it was easy to earn than today. Now, earning is more difficult and very, very tough. There were lots of creators. The system had creators that were creating almost everybody. Those creators were walking around creating all articles. Now we don't have those systems. But I like this system now because now we feel the true nature of decentralization. Then it was a decentralized system, but we were still having that sort of centralization because those central accounts were the only people distributing the reward. If they don't come to you, don't get the reward. And they were those people who were truly controlling the system. But now on Hive, we see the true nature of decentralization. Myself, I can create your post, I can give you some rewards. You can also do same. All we need to do is we need to grow our power, and that makes us part of the decision makers. You need to grow your power. It's something that people do not take for granted. Spend a lot of time and spend a lot of exercise, effort in growing your power. I think it is what will make you popular and what will make you very, very meaningful on the platform as well. And if you're a newbie watching this podcast, please don't be disappointed because you are receiving 0.0. We are not the first person. We've been there many times. Even now, we struggle to end. Yes. One day. No, we do. We do.
Yes, sorry.
We struggle sometimes. But the thing is, here is the secret. It takes only one day for you to get notified by someone. But how would that one day come? You need to be consistent. The blockchain is such that if you are not consistent, you don't grow. If you really want to be identified and become powerful, consistency is a key. You need to be consistent every day, even if you don't earn anything. Because through your consistency, someone will identify you one day and give you $10. And that can even motivate you. And let's not also focus more on the rewards. We cannot take that out. We've said that already. Don't forget that. But if you focus more on the reward, you will feel on Hive. Trust me. There were lots of things going on Hive that if you should open your eyes well and work very well, you get a lot of benefit. You learn a lot. Build connections with people. Do you know that 3 people have married from Hive? Do you know that?
Wow.
3 of these got married on Hive. Yes. There is the first lady who got married on the blockchain was married by a white man now in our community. And the lady was in Nigeria. She's in America right now as I speak to you right now.
Wow. A big shout out to
Yes. Yes. A lot of things are going on the blockchain. People are getting connections. There was someone contacted me that he needs a student who is into programming, and he wants to, give the person a project to work on. So I contacted, or we had a meeting in Hive Ghana community, and I gave out information. So those who were doing programming at the university, they sent out their CVs and blah 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 to the guy. He got, or he chose 2 people he's working with right now. You know that he's paying them. He's paying those guys.
Wow.
Yeah, he pays those guys right now. They are working for him. Wow. They could not be earning anything, but look at what has come out of what you're doing.
Right.
So you don't always focus on only the earning. We cannot forget the earning. It's part of what we do. But the more you focus on the earning, you lose focus. If you dwell more on the earning, you lose a lot of benefit that the blockchain has to offer. There are a lot of ideas and things that people are learning on the blockchain that if you pay attention to it and you study the system closely, I think it has a lot of activities and things for you to learn. Those who are interested in coding, there are communities that are doing coding, crocheting, fashion. All these things are nice. You can present activities and different ideas. There are people who are ready to support and guide you through anything that you want to achieve. So let's not focus more on the earnings, because if you do that, you will not succeed. And be consistent in your posting. Make sure you post every day. My co-founder of the Borehole Project used to say this thing: take Hive as your TikTok, take Hive as your Instagram. This is your social app. Use it as others are using it on Instagram and other platforms, and you're going to reap many benefits. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, MC Samm. It's a pleasure to have you see a whole heartwarming, motivational and really amazing speech to the newbies and every member of the Hive blockchain. Thank you so much for sharing out this word of wisdoms, and thank you so much for coming up on stage with me. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's nice meeting you for the first time. And also, my big shout out also goes to Bernard for sharing out.
Yes. She's doing amazing work. She's one of the best people we have on the Hive community. She's incredible.
Yeah, my big shout out goes to her also for sharing out the Hive Ghana.
I hope it's all good with you and Bernard, because the way you mentioned her name, I hope it's all good.
Yeah. We are good. She was the one that shared out your community community link when I was trying to reach you. Okay. So I was able to
you need to explain later what you mean by you guys are fine if you say you guys.
No.
Chop rice.
Thank you.
She's my girl. I love her so much. She's good. You can always count on her. She can give you anything you need on the blockchain. She knows a lot. She's good. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Mrs. Samm.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah. My brother from Africa. Yeah. I love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right.
It's a pleasure. And with this, we've come to the end of my show with MC Samm, my brother from Africa. Thank you so much, my audience, for taking the time to watch out. And
thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you guys. So you guys should do well to follow MC Samm. He is a very amazing person, a very great person on the Hive blockchain. You'd learn a lot from him and more. Thank you so much. And with this, we've come to the end of our show with MC Samm. Do have a great day. Thank you, MC Samm.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.